In 1957 November 3rd, many of us do not know the specialness of this day. But there will be very few people who have not heard of a dog called Laika. Laika is the first animal to be brought to life for human space exploration. November 3rd, 1957 was the day that Laika was sent into space. But Laika is a scapegoat animal for human greed without being able to finish even the first half of the journey. Laika, where our journey today is to the first and last space flight. During 1957, in space explorations, Laika's space flight came at a time when Russia was gaining a lot of power. Laika, a dog found wandering the streets of Moscow, was found by Russia for experiments to bring life into part of a huge experiment with no return to Earth. Laika sat down as a test subject with an innocent look. For this they chose a light female dog that wandered the streets of Moscow. Stray dogs were selected for this because of their ability to overcome adverse conditions such as starvation and extreme cold in Moscow. The scientists of that time concluded that the human body does not have the ability to withstand the excessive speed during satellite launch. The dog was chosen for this purpose because the respiratory system and circulatory system are related to humans. 3-year-old Laika weighed just 6 kilograms when sent into space. In comparison, female dogs do not need to lift their legs to defecate, so they need less space to defecate compared to male dogs. This is the primary reason for choosing female dogs in the first trial. A second reason for selection for this experiment is that street dogs are more resourceful and less demanding. Also, a memorable name should have been given for this, and that is how this dog got the name Laika. Among the 5 dogs, Laika was first chosen for space travel. Laika's lovable nature and different expressions make it stand out from other dogs. Given the conditions in space, Laika was denied good food and freedom for the month-long experiment on Earth. But scientists are of the opinion that the dog was quite calm and friendly. Laika was given only gelatin as his only food in the cage, where he was completely deprived of freedom of movement. Due to this, it was revealed that he had constipation, urinary disorders and other health problems that did not respond to medicines. The Laika was enclosed in a tethered position within the payload. The probe was equipped to transmit the dog's heart rate, body temperature and blood pressure information from the probe to Earth. 60 years ago, Russia decided to launch Laika into space with the success of Sputnik, the world's first artificial satellite. But another truth is that things did not turn out as expected. The night before the launch, the scientists were approached for final tests and to say goodbye. The next day, November 3rd, at 5:30 Moscow time, the satellite carrying Laika will blast off into space. As mentioned earlier, Laika was carried on Sputnik 2, the world's second artificial satellite. Electrodes were attached to Laika's body ahead of the trip. She sits unconscious in a specially designed cage. Laika's life support equipment was placed all around. It kept food and water for Laika. So Sputnik 2 returned with Laika. So until it reached orbit, the electrodes on Laika's body kept sending heart rate and blood pressure to Earth. But within seconds the communication with the satellite stopped. In the beginning, nothing seemed out of the ordinary. It's true that Laika's heart beat faster at the start of the launch. But within 3 hours it was back to normal. So the temperature inside the capsule must have increased in the 9th orbit of the Earth. At first it was thought that ʻlajkə would last for 8 to 10 days, but it is believed that within a few seconds the temperature would have increased, the moisture level would have decreased and the Laika would have been lost. The official conclusion is that he died by poisoning his food to avoid a painful death while returning to Earth orbit. For the next few years, the same myth was told. In 2008, a statue of Laika standing on top of a rocket was installed at the Russian Cosmonaut Training Center in Russia in memory of Laika. But don't forget to comment what you have to say about life of Laika. Goodbye until I come with a new informative video.